Hi guys, welcome back to Two Kims.
One pod.
It's your first Kim Peter Kim,
I am the last Kim, Unji Kim.
and this is the last podcast on Earth. Thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you.
Today, I really want to start off by talking about this thing in the news that's been popping up that I'm just obsessed with, which is Kim Jong Un and his 13-year-old daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
Okay. Okay.
if you
What
guys
about
haven't
it?
been paying
Yeah.
attention, he's been bringing her around. So she's the only child that North Korea or anyone has seen.
Uh-huh.
And South Korean uh, intelligence reporters are saying that she is definitely being groomed as the next leader and heir of North Korea,
For
right?
sure.
And this girl is 13 years old. And first of
Hmm.
all, the way he's bringing her around to all the different like missile sites and like to look at puppies together, like it's obviously like a big PR campaign. And they were like wearing matching leather jackets.
Sure, sure.
Why is that like triggering me to the point where like Kim Jong Un's a better father than my dad could ever be? Like, what the fuck? Like he's a real girl dad, and he like you could tell by the way like they're walking together.
He's
Like
very proud of her.
he's
He's
so in
there's
love with
he's
her.
in love. I mean, it's like looking into a mirror.
She's really pretty.
You know what I mean? Like in his
Yeah,
mind, it's like this.
yeah,
Um, I do think that there's a part of it where do you remember him being taken around like this by his father?
kind of.
I don't think so. It wasn't like this.
He was like an adult when he they introduced him.
This is what I mean.
Like he
This
wasn't a child.
she's
No,
full teen.
a tween. Yeah, she's 13. She's like just going through puberty. Like she's there's a lot going on with her, and he's like rearing her to be the next leader of North Korea. And the other day she was videotaped. She was driving an army tank. She had her little head out the little window, and he's sitting on top of the tank. It looks so ridiculous. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, they're gonna have a female leader before we do.
Now
Like,
that,
that's a feminist country.
yeah, I didn't thought about. I mean, communists always feminists, right? Just because like all people, like that's the reason why so many Soviet and like communist countries, like the women are so well educated because
Mm,
you
yeah,
know, everyone gets to go. They are seen as equals under communism.
yeah,
They are expected these are the sort of like the heteronormative traditional
right.
role is one of the shackles of capitalism, all that
Uh-huh.
shit, right? But when I've seen this, every time I thought he's doing in his mind what he wished
His dad
his
did for
father,
him.
yes.
Yeah.
Like
No.
he's reliving because the way that he's having fun.
They are shingle
Yes,
They are
like
laughing and smiling, and
they're
they're like,
hunger, much, like that's
yes,
exactly.
they're making memories.
It's like literally swinging arms, holding hands.
Yes, they're having a great time. It's father
Great
daughter
time.
dance.
Yes, he looks more excited.
Then
She's
she
being
does.
more, yeah, she looks
Yeah.
more typical teen,
Yeah. She's
right?
like, okay, I'm here.
Because children like this, I think it's harder for teens or kids like this to feign enthusiasm.
Hmm.
Like it
I
goes
mean, she's
counter
being
to
respectful,
correct.
and
She's being
he's having the
respectful.
time of his life.
Time of his life.
And here's the
S
thing: like a couple of years ago, there were rumors around his sister
yes.
taking over, and
Yes.
her being this like top official, and her
And then
being
she was
like
actually the preferred child.
over him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wonder if that has anything to do with him going like, no, no, you're not coming for my bag. This is going to be a direct descendant line from Kim Jong Il.
I mean, I wonder a little bit if,
Oh, I mean
you
Kim Il
know,
Sung.
yeah, like I do think there's a part of it where just I think there are things within that are a little more preternaturally inside a female uh person that makes them a better leader, right? They're
100%.
communicative, they're,
Empathetic.
organized.
Yes.
Yes. So I think
Collaborative.
And
Yes.
thinking that both of these men have been leaders for such a long time, right? And communist,
Hmm.
right? They're seeing just nakedly the qualities.
Yeah.
And
It,
they're like, this is the better choice.
yeah, but like it's making me think about how like Trump really loved Ivanka and
Yes.
was like almost kind of doing the similar thing, but he of course could not be not creepy about it.
Right, 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 right.
So he had her like sitting on his lap and stuff and holding her weirdly, and it just like
Yes,
turned into like a creepy thing. Whereas like
correct.
the way Kim Jong Un's doing it is like so loving that I'm like a little whiplashy. Like I don't understand how to take this.
Is it like something about it's just the image of that kind of Asian father? It's the Asian
Yes.
father of it all.
Korean father,
Yes.
North Korean father. I had one.
Yes.
Like my yeah, like
Yes,
I
right. Oh my
did not
God.
this is not something I got. And also there's something about like looking at a North Korean girl's face
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
how natural she looks
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to like looking at a South Korean girl's face and
That's all.
knowing that it's like the concha,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and how like I think you mentioned this a while ago about like how the Korean face or like
Right.
the Korean aesthetic is completely enshrined in North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's what our people actually look like
Sure. Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
opposed to like what South Korea has become,
Mm-hmm.
which is like unrecognizable Korean face.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a Western island of Dr. Moreau type situation. So
Yeah.
like,
They've been Alexa'd. It's Siri. Like, like
yes,
that's
yes,
truly
it's
kind of what's happened.
automaton. Hmm.
Yes. It's DoorDash. Like it's all a la carte what
Correct.
they choose to do on their face. And
To fix, yeah,
it's
and
so
they're not
basic
fixing anything in North Korea. So it's like
for other
that's
reasons, right? Yeah.
for sure. But like whatever the reason is, like aesthetically, you're looking at like a Korean face.
Right. I mean,
So
and North Koreans also have, I think, do look a little like
Chinese.
yeah, like just different. That no, not Chinese, but they look different just even going through the entire country, right? That's like sort of more of a fancy northern whatever. And then
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
the same thing in like,
North Korean women were like always um that the pride was that they were always the most beautiful of the Korean women. And then the South
yeah,
Korean women were like the less beautiful,
more country,
more
right? And
country,
it's very,
bumpkiny.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's very similar like in India too, right? Like the sort of
Mm.
like regional sort of
Differences. Yeah.
looks, yeah, and preferences and what like each area is known for looking like aesthetically.
Yeah.
So there's that. It is
Sure.
very specific to North Korea, but yes, I do. It's sort of like the DM. It's sort of like the DMZ.
What?
Like the fact that it is enshrined. Like the
Hmm.
DMZ is like one of the most, I think, I think like in terms of nature preserve, like one of the
Mm.
most diverse and
Mm.
like there's a lot of like endangered species there that have been allowed to thrive, like
Because there's no human interruption. Yeah.
flora and fauna, right?
Yeah.
There's like birds there that like people thought were extinct and shit. Like it's
Cool.
crazy. I know.
Yeah.
So it's very similar where it's like that face, that's something about this hermit kingdom,
Hmm.
right, has actually done incredible harm, but there is this little light, like that
Yeah.
we
I
can.
mean, more than a little. Now that there's a little girl
Hmm. Hmm.
being reared to become the leader, like who, like regardless of the regime's policies, like
Hmm.
that's a win for humanity.
Sure. Yeah.
I
Who
think.
knows? Yeah. I mean, there's always the idea that a reasonable person inside this lineage
Yeah.
ascends to power.
Yeah. I mean, not nothing lasts forever, and everything is cyclical. So, like, you know, you never know. And yeah, I've just been like seeing all these like reports and these photos of like he and her hanging out, and
You're like,
yeah,
what if my father
there's a
took
pang
me?
of jealousy
Yeah, like I want to drive a tank.
for
That's
sure. A Toyota Tercel, I'll drive anything if my dad was with me. The fuck?
I mean,
Anyway,
there is something really. I mean, I do think there's something he's done this before with other people. I do wonder, like interpersonally, if
yeah.
there is something that still remains pretty childlike about him
Mm,
because of how sheltered he's been.
mm,
And that's the reason why she looks like that. Like she's actually being the parent.
mm.
She's like, can we relax? Like I'll drive the tank up. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's like clapping with his feet. Yeah.
Because you know he's just always had everything so catered to him.
Yeah.
You know that's like to me one of the most dangerous
But he
kinds of
was
men.
also like out of his brothers, he was the last one that was supposed to be picked. It was the
Mhm.
other brother, remember?
Yes, the one
That
that
like yeah, that got
yeah
sprayed by like the prank show or whatever
yeah
in where was it? Like in Southeast Asia somewhere. But that was the one that was supposed to be taking over. And then there's another one that is like basically in Macau, like a deadbeat who's
oh
like,
is there? There's another
yeah,
one.
there's a third. Yeah. There was three, but and he was the youngest, and he was not in succession to take over. But the other two brothers like were total fuck ups. So
Right,
he was like, I guess he was out there in Switzerland, like eating
right.
cheese and like fucking getting an international. He was probably just gonna be a playboy. You
God,
know what
an
I mean?
international playboy to go from international playboy and now have to
To
be
autocrat. I
dear leader.
know that's not a. I would hate that for myself.
I know. I mean, like
I
I'm
know,
sure.
not to
Yeah,
empathize with a horrific dictator, but I can't help it now that I'm seeing him being a like good like girl dad. I'm like,
uh-huh.
why am I softening? Like the PR is working.
I
You
mean,
know,
the PR,
the
it turns
propaganda's
out
strong.
propaganda is really effective. It turns out
Yes. Yes.
that public perception of things. Yeah,
Uh,
because I can't imagine there's a regime that doesn't have like as much of a control over their perception and propaganda as that.
oh,
You know,
100%. They have full
so
control. Yeah.
I don't know. What's his? Is he married to
Hmm.
this girl's mom?
Yeah. But they never show her.
Right?
Yeah.
I've never seen a picture.
No. I mean, I'm sure they don't have a good marriage. They can't. What are you talking about? There's no way.
Right. He had to go from international playboy. He wanted to fondue, and now,
He's fun. Don't.
yeah.
Speaking of good propaganda, you know who does not have good propaganda is the United
Oh my
States of
gosh.
America.
Oh my God.
I
It's
mean, we're just
really
coming out
crazy.
of the most evil, genocidal tweet ever or statement sent out
The,
by a sitting U.S.
the
president
president, I'm talking like the whiplash.
of the back and forth of him going,
Uh, uh, uh,
we won,
uh,
and then to we're gonna kill them all and exterminate the entire race
like
to
you
uh,
bitch asses, praise
yeah.
be Allah, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. I'm like, what? You've
Crazy
lost.
troll.
You've lost it.
I
You've
I literally thought that was AI. Someone said to me, I was like, haha, you got. That's the Pope in that
no.
puffy white shirt, like, puffy jacket. Like, this is AI. Look at you, boomer. Like, I was like
Yeah.
going off, and it was
Nope.
100% true.
Yes.
Like,
Tweeted
this
from
man,
his phone on the toilet.
it literally something was like whatever the cortisol shot they've been giving him, whatever Adderall shot, like someone tampered with it.
It
And
wore
it's
off.
contaminated.
It wore
Yes.
off. Yeah. Yeah.
And we got to re-up. Something
Yes.
someone has to do something because it
He
was
needs to be on a
unhinged.
drip because I reading that and then right afterwards he was like ceasefire agreed. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? Like markets are going up and down because of this. Petrodollar is sinking. We're about to be kicked off the like basically American dollar is about to fall. Like we're
Right.
watching it free fall,
Free fall. People
and
are trying to invoke the 25th. Like I'm looking, you know what I mean? It's I
Republicans are like, get his ass out of there.
every time I have to agree with
Marjorie
Marjorie
Taylor
fucking
Greene
Taylor Greene.
or Tucker motherfucking Carlson.
I,
Why
you
are
know,
you doing this to me? I don't
world
understand. Candace Owens. Like, I cannot be
I fuck
agreeing
with
with these
Candice nowadays.
people.
Yeah.
You, she is
Say what I'm like,
nuts.
she's
She
nuts,
is
insanity.
nuts.
Just saying,
Anytime Tim
hard hitting
Dillon is
journalism.
making a point, I'm like, I, uh,
I mean, it's
I
this
don't
is
know
what
what's
this
up or
universe is
down
doing.
anymore.
Because now it's one of those situations where the enemy of my enemy is like, I guess our
Our
enemy.
friend.
Yeah, like, like like I guess we gotta work together. Like,
Yeah.
it's the whiplash around the series of tweets, the unhinged behavior, and
Imagine
then
you're an Iranian like student, just like living in Iran, like watching this happen, and they're going, "What? Are they about to bomb us out of extinction?" Like,
it is
what?
it has such the energy of like that girl that lied about having a boyfriend. Like where I had a girl that said that she was like was best friends with George Clooney when I was in grade school. And it was just like a
What?
very elaborate lie. Yes, it was a very elaborate lie. It was sort of crazy, but kept doubling down on it. And it's the same sort of like lie where it's for attention, right?
Mhm.
And then the whiplash of it being like, well, actually, that was just a joke with
Yeah.
Trump, where it's so juvenile and so out of pocket
Mhm.
to be doing on such a level where I personally I was like breathless. I
Yeah.
couldn't trust the ground I stand on.
Easter Sunday, I was like, "What the fuck is happening? What are you? What am I looking at?"
And on the day that he hath risen,
No,
you can't. That's crazy.
it is absolutely crazy, and like, we've come to a point where like none of us really like react to it anymore because like he's like the Mad King,
Right.
so everyone's just kind of like, let's just
But
wait
that's
till
why I
he
think he has to
dies.
keep escalating it because he's trying to get this reaction.
Right.
He
Because
needs some sort of attention. So he keeps raising these stakes, and we're just like, okay.
and now he's like, someone was saying how like the death rattle has started because he's like saying the quiet part out loud now. And he's going
Mhm.
around saying like, "Oh, I love hanging out with losers because they make me feel better about myself. That's why I like hire losers." And Pete Hegseth's back here going, "Huh? What the fuck?"
He's like, I'm gonna teleport to the Waffle House right now.
Yeah. Wait,
Like,
what's that about?
exactly. This
Who
is not
is
mine.
that?
That's Hex. That's what he's literally said inside of. I believe it was an interview where he was talking about how he teleported.
No, that wasn't Hegseth that said he teleported. It was like a CIA guy, right? Or it's like some kind of. It was like
Uh,
someone who works in the DoD or whatever. It wasn't Hegseth that said that. Was it? That's incredible.
no, you're right. You're right. 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 It's linked to a bizarre story about female official Greg Phillips.
FEMA official. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Indicates staff did not remember the event, but
Okay. I mean, whenever I see stuff like that or any type of like alien stuff, I'm like, okay, this is clearly a distraction. Like, let's stay on the course. Epstein files. Let's go. Let's get this fucking rapist out of here. But I'm glad that articles are being drawn up. Like, again, like I've been beaten down so much in the last 10 years that like I have no hope of any consequence happening except for
mhm.
like finally the Grim Reaper coming and taking this motherfucker away.
Yeah, yeah.
And enough people hating JD Vance so that the whole administration falls. That's like the only hope I have left.
I mean,
That
that's the other
that
part.
that neck rash will finally go to his heart. That
It'll
it will
spread.
travel. Yeah.
I mean, the other part is like with at least JD. I don't know how much better. It's just we're dealing with people with no scruples, no moral center, and so when we talk about decisions and everything being such in self-serving and done in self-interest, I I can't even operate or fathom some of the decisions they've been making because they're beyond villainous,
Yeah.
right? And he like when you say that he's saying the quiet part out loud, it's like you've lost the plot. Like you're actually sure you're saying the quiet part out loud, but now you are losing ground to about like things in your self-interest because you've done that. Now your end game and the pot that you're going to have is get smaller because you're saying crazy shit.
Right. I mean, he and JD or whoever is in charge is only as powerful as the people they have in their pocket. So that's really what it comes down to is like how much of this cult is going to survive without the cult leader. You know, how long can NXIVM go without the volleyball star?
Truth,
You know,
right? Like
like most cults
without,
fall
yeah.
after the mother god
Hmm.
dies, you know, like
After you ascend to the heaven's gate,
exactly.
yeah. Like,
Because, you
you're
know, unless you all took the Kool-Aid together, you're gonna have to disband and be like, whoa, that was a weird 10 years. You know,
do you think that's
and
what happens? Do you think that's what happens? Like, do you think that America recovers from this?
I don't think America recovers, but I think this will we will irrevocably be changed as a country. So I don't think there is any recovering to do because I think it will break. Because without a head like that,
Hmm.
like we're almost kind of in like a Putin-ish, Kim Jong-un-ish world where like the cult of personality is what holds the whole thing together because
Yes.
all the different oligarchs or whatever are all like saying yes and to this like cult, right? Like, you know, the billionaire class would have coalesced around Kamala or whoever. You know what I mean? They don't care who's in power. Like as long as
Right.
they get to, you know, like
As long as
fucking
they continue to get as long as they
billions.
continue to be lizard people, they don't
Exactly.
mind,
Who's
right?
in
It's
charge? It doesn't
who's in
matter. It's
charge.
like pick or choose, right? So like
Yeah.
um that's my biggest thing is that like the Epstein billionaire class has to be brought to justice somehow
Hmm.
and some kind of legislative thing has to happen, you know, like we can't just say like eat the rich and then just go back to work every day, you know. So like it has something has to break and I think we're close because he's close to breaking,
Right.
like
Like
he
physically.
physically.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a part of me where like the legal recourse that we have been attempting because we are a nation of laws, presumably living in a lawful society. But the legal recourse that we've been trying to take has been utterly ineffective.
of course, from both parties, by the way.
Both,
Like there's both parties
yes,
don't want to legislate AI or touch billionaires because they're getting seven-figure donations. Like it's really one party. Like there's not really a Democrat GOP party. Like look at Katie Hochul in New York. Like
hmm
she could completely, if she wanted to, change how the Democrats run in New York, but she is completely blocking any taxation on billionaires. You know, like she's not really helping Mamdani get anything done because she's still part of this class of people who get donations from these guys. Like you can't bite the hand that feeds you.
I mean, if you consider corporations people,
I sure
currently
do.
you know what I mean? Same. All corporations matter, right?
Mhm.
So I think that if you consider that right now, they are the ones with the most power, the
Mhm.
most money,
Mhm.
right? I just when I think about it, there's so much about when you talk about the cult of personality, it's so weird because so much about Republican and the sort of MAGA persona is about independence and being left alone and like being able to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and having government intervention like out of our lives,
Mhm.
while it's requires such a strong and strict adherence to like one person,
Mhm.
right? Like it's all freedom except for strict adherence to like, it's the idea that they are cowboys, but they're all actually part of an army. Like they're being told that they're
Yeah.
mavericks, but they're all actually soldiers.
Right. I think it's also because like we still vote and like we still
Right.
have to figure out how to sway, going back to propaganda, like public image, right? Like
Hmm.
enough of the public still agrees with everything Donald Trump does. You know, they're going like, you know, like Jesus sent him. like Iran is, we have to blow Iran out of the fucking map. It's like people still talk like that. It's like,
I mean, it's
I don't
just
understand how you can say that out of your mouth and still be like a Christian, but like that seems to have like settled as far as like whatever our leader does is God given. Like it's God has mandated.
right. What do you think is like there has to be a left version of this. And when I say left, I do mean just like another corporation sort of thing. But
Mhm.
when you think about that type of charisma and that type of personality where people are just forgiven,
Mhm.
they're given a lot of leeway in spite of any sort of missteps that they may make verbally inside of actions. People are just like, oh, you're so crazy.
Mhm. Do
Like,
we
who is
have
someone that,
one?
yeah.
Um I don't know if we do. Cuz so much of the right is about owning us.
Hmm.
Like they don't have any like they don't have anything to like stand on. It's just like we're awful and we're like we hate God and we hate anything that has to do with morality or whatever, right? So like we are
Right.
the amoral class that they have to stamp out. So like it's easy to rile up people when there's someone to hate. Like we don't the left doesn't do that. We don't all like rile each other up to hate conservatives.
We really do rile each other up to hate ourselves and, police, a lot ourselves
Yeah.
versus, I mean, I'm just in my
Well, there's
mind.
enough of us educated enough to be like, what the people who represent us are not it.
Mhm.
Whereas the other side, there's enough people undereducated enough to say that whoever has been chosen was destined to lead.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like there's a huge shift of like how we as in like the voting electorate
Hmm.
engage with our politicians. Like we hold our politicians' feet to the fire.
I mean, I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to think of a celebrity right now that we don't ask that of. We may put their feet to the fire, but when they say, oh, that's hot, we're like, okay, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
It
Louis
was
C.K.?
Kanye for a while.
It was Kanye. I feel like,
For a while, it was Kanye until he went like super anti Semite.
yes.
But before that, we were like, oh, yeah, slavery was a choice. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we didn't care what he said. It wasn't until like he went full Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think maybe who has been
James
like
Carville.
that's
I
that's
love his like turn recently. He's like, I'm gonna say it like you talk, you fat fuck. You're a piece of shit. Like he's just going lower, and I love it. Like the pettiness, I'm here for that.
I mean I'm trying to think here. Is there a I think right now I'm actually thinking of very specifically of a drag queen that I feel like has done missteps and it's just like been
Oh,
fine.
RuPaul.
RuPaul has made some missteps.
Yeah, the
And
anti-trans stuff, the fracking. Like we just kind of let RuPaul go.
yeah.
Yeah.
And and like RuPaul's also very much a part of that class, middle of
Huh.
the road.
Yes, 100%.
Is RuPaul the answer?
Um, I don't think RuPaul wants to be the answer.
No.
Um, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if RuPaul's the answer. I mean, RuPaul has a grip on Gen Z gals,
Yes.
like blue-haired gals from Oklahoma who's like, I'm queer, like
Correct.
but I don't know if that's enough.
I'm trying to think of someone that can read
Beyonce
someone like
to filth.
because to filth, right?
Jasmine Crockett.
But they're not going to be, there's like the energy there, right? And what's required in typical politicians, which is what Donald Trump doesn't have, which was what was so appealing,
Mhm.
was this earnestness,
Mhm.
right? That's what politicians sort of have ultimately. There's this like Model UN energy
You're right. The polished stone. Yeah, we
as
don't have
opposed
like
to
a unpolished pig that like we love to be like,
inside of our
yeah.
culture that's just like, because Kanye was, I would say absolutely. There's a world that that could happen.
Kanye was the closest we got to Trump on our side, but he was full MAGA. So like we lost him anyway. I think that's just the thing about like MAGA is that like when you become that trolly or cunty,
Hmm.
like we stop respect like the left stops respecting you
Right.
because we have this like moral high ground thing that we like rest upon, which sucks. You know, like
Are we? We're still resting on that moral high ground.
I think so because
I'm like,
I don't I want a petty queen.
I'm looking to keep the elevator
Trust.
down.
How come there are no white men who are because like sure like a white woman can kind of like disrupt, but like we're still a very patriarchal sexist society. I think
Hmm.
we still need a white man. Like the closest we've come to is um oh god, why can't I remember his name? Fucking Patrick Bateman, California governor.
California governor. Correct. Newsom?
Newsom's social media manager is the closest we've gotten.
Whatever that 22-year-old
Latina queers
queer,
doing.
yeah, queer.
Yeah.
Whatever that 22-year-old they them is doing, go off.
Yeah.
Like it's truly, but
But we need like a white man to be as like unpolished and petty as Donald Trump.
unhinged, right? That's just
Yes.
gonna say something out of pocket that is just,
Like I need
whatever version
someone
of
to
it.
call Donald Trump a fat faggot. And
Yes.
for us to be like, oh,
Ah,
go off,
crazy.
queen.
Yeah.
F slurs back. Like we need to be okay with him calling him like a delusional retard and us being like,
Yes.
yes, and
Yes.
not worry about like the words of it all or like whatever. Like we need to be on the attack, the offensive. Like our O game is bad.
This is what I'm saying.
We're
We
always
need to,
defending.
and we need to put up some numbers because ultimately I'm so, and we've said this before, but I mean, I am really at this point, considering what Donald Trump is doing, what has happened in the last couple of months,
Mhm.
right, is that the idea that patriotism is exclusively the intellectual property of the right. And the thing is, if you just fundamentally consider the care with which we have considered our votes, where our votes go, where our money goes, and who wields power in this country, there's no denying that we are patriotic, right? We care about what happens. And that's why I feel like there just needs to be just more ammunition and fire being thrown
Yeah.
by someone from the left that is not a politician, that
Yeah.
just someone who's quick on their feet, that's just ready to step up and be the titular head of a left, rabid left, movement.
That's what I think I will give the GOP props for is that they really have no scruples. So they're willing to coalesce around anyone.
Yes,
We are not.
we got to get rid of these scruples.
I know. But that's the thing. That's what they don't have any integrity. So they're willing to do whatever it takes to beat us. We're not willing to do that. Like we still can't stand AOC and Bernie. You know what I mean? Like we
Uh-huh,
still
uh-huh.
can't stand the DSA. Like we're too much like them
Hmm.
to beat them.
I see.
You
Like
know what I mean?
as a party, you're
As a
saying overall.
party, as a
I see.
DNC, like we just don't have it because we're not dissimilar enough from the GOP when it comes
I
down
mean,
to it.
I just think that there's a world where a dark horse emerges from
Please
the our
God.
cultural morass, and I'm putting this out
Please.
there to any B, C, D list celebrity, right? You cannot be
Anyone.
A. You cannot be A list.
You can't be George Clooney?
You cannot be George Clooney, sir. No, no, no,
Okay.
no. You have to be
Okay,
B.
name one person you would like actually see this happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think maybe I do wonder if it could be like a Leslie Jones, right? Like someone is you think the
Sure.
establishment, you think the establishment DNC is going
Hmm.
to say anything about like a black woman saying anything?
Some wild ass shit. No, but I don't think she'll even get to that point because of the DNC. Like they'd rather put up like a Jon Stewart.
Sure. But I'm
Yeah,
saying that if in a world like it's like that type of out of pocket where it
yeah,
matches that energy where it's
yeah,
like I'm just tell you how it is,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
This is fucking bullshit.
yeah.
And your fat ass needs to sit down because you look tired,
You know, in
right?
that way, I'm surprised I'm even saying this, but like Chappelle
Sure.
might have the cultural clout to like
Sure.
bring it all together and say the things that we're not willing to say.
Mm-hmm. And then just like rise,
Yeah.
like just something where
We need a funny person. They can't not be funny
because
because
Trump is
Trump is
so
so funny.
funny.
He's so funny.
Like LOL.
I know. I know. We need someone LOL. And there's not enough like funny people on our side because we're all
That's
like,
that are also mean. Like I'm not looking for goofy. I
no,
want
no,
a
no, no. I
knife.
don't want Nate Bargatze.
No, I don't.
No,
I want
no.
a knife. I want
Yeah.
something. I want a
With edge.
serrated. I want a serrated razor wit.
Yes, yes. You know who would be actually not bad for that role if he was a tad bit gayer
Hmm.
is Pete Buttigieg.
But he's not.
He's not. He's too middle of the road, like trying to make things work. Like he's not wild enough.
He needs to serve a little more cunt.
Yes, and he's not serving any cunt.
Any.
He's serving butt.
He's serving
Buttigieg.
butts. I mean, barely. Barely.
That's why like this
Yes.
Tallarico guy, like I do like him and I understand why he's popular and the shit that he says makes sense.
Uh-huh.
It's just he's not out of pocket enough. That's why I want Jasmine Crockett, but like obviously she lost primaries, but um Jasmine Crockett was out of pocket enough and not entrenched enough to be like, I don't know, like what Pete Buttigieg does. Like he's
Right.
very polished, very educated, and that was all good Ivy League, all that like served in the military. That was all good stuff for American politics until Trump. Trump has completely upended it. So like you
BT, PT. Like it is
correct.
truly.
You can't keep putting up your John Kerrys. Like that's not going to
Mm.
work. Like
I
we
mean,
need
it's beyond Trump. It is something about Trump that he understood, which is in a post-social media, right? Because Barack Obama was sort of like heralded as this person, but it's Trump that really learned how to wield it
Mhm.
like a whip,
Oh yeah.
like spray. And that to me is
And
also
it's because he's so obsessed with the attention. Like
Mhm.
most
And being
presidents weren't
funny
like that.
and being
Yeah.
funny.
And
Yeah.
roasting. Like he
Yes.
loves just roasting.
That's really when this
Did
continuous
you
needs to come.
did you see that thing this week that came out when he was talking about JD Vance?
You said it to me.
He was
L-
yeah, he's so funny. He was just
LOL.
like looking at him. He's like, "Oh, JD, oh there you are. Oh, you're looking good now. You used to be big and fat and ugly, but now you look good. You look good now."
Because let's be honest here, there's a part
It's a
of this
Korean
reading.
mom.
Korean mom, literally.
Yes.
He says shit like my mom would say.
Correct. And everybody's like, "Oh, like they're because it's so out of pocket it's funny." And that we kind of agree with like what he's saying. Like
The whatever the GLPs are working for you, bud. Like,
yeah, no longer a chubby checker. Like he's saying what everyone is thinking, which makes him likable, right? That's what like
hmm
comedians do. Like we say the thing that you're all like so taboo to say, and we go,
Right.
"Oh, thank God someone's saying it," right? But usually that comedian just does his hour and goes home. doesn't
Right.
rage World War III. You know, like it's
Wait, you and starts to believe the own, like you start to drink your own, when you start to get
Kool-Aid.
high on your own supply,
Yeah.
things get dangerous.
Oh, it's gone dangerous.
You know, like that's sort
Beyond
of
now.
when this is starting to happen. You're no longer tethered to any sort of reality.
Yeah.
And there's a part of it where I don't know if some of what Trump is saying, I don't know if he's always aware of why
No.
it's funny, right? Like it's like the
No.
same way my mom says that shit and she doesn't understand why how she's being funny.
Right.
I think the Dems we could produce someone from the left, right? Media savvy, social media savvy, can read a bitch to filth, conserve, and like is out of pocket in this way that is also they are self-aware. They are self-aware because they're slightly younger. They're self-aware because they're on the right side of history. Like
Yeah.
all of that.
I'm trying to think of one comedian that could really.
I think the Chappelle, like I'm saying like some
I
fucking
think
shit like that.
someone in on that side, Chappelle, Leslie Jones, someone like really sharp and could go like tete a tete,
Yes.
with a bitch. Because
It just needs to be a rat tat tat type of mind. And Jasmine, absolutely, but she's also a lawyer, right? She's
like it's got to
also
be like
a
a Tony
litigator,
Hinchcliffe type. You know what I mean?
roaster. It's just
Roaster.
straight battler.
Yes. We'll go for the jugular, yo mama, like that. Like it doesn't matter. They don't care how cringe it is. Like
Hmm.
that's the problem with a lot of comedians is that like we try to like punch up. We need a bitch to
Right.
punch down.
At the very least, sideways,
Yeah.
right? And
But
come
most of
at.
us are like aren't those types of people. That's the
No.
problem. Except besides like Tony Hinchcliffe, like who's not gonna be on our side. But like that kind of vibe.
Maybe someone like kind of maybe like Barbara Streisand kind of person, where it's like,
Oh.
they're so out of touch with reality. They're like could say
Like
wild
Cher,
stuff.
maybe. Because
Like they'll
Cher's
say
funny and yeah.
and yes, but she's also like, maybe too plugged in. I'm
Mm.
saying, and so she would not say shit out of pocket necessarily.
Mm.
Like I feel like maybe if the establishment wanted to be happy, like Barbara
It
Streisand
would
has,
need it would need to be like a rich person who doesn't care about their pocket being hit. You know what I mean?
yes,
And then being just going scorched earth.
yes.
All right. Well, if you're out there, please let us know. And we're on the hunt because like we're ready to receive you as our heralded
I
leader.
mean, because can't you see Barbara Streisand saying some like crazy shit about poor people, like just being like
Yeah.
gross?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
But like Barbara
yeah,
Streisand doesn't have enough. A, she's too old. And B, like
yes.
I know what you're saying, like that type of personality.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
that personality only comes from not being bothered by money.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like
Correct.
you can't care about your bottom line because you need to be out of pocket.
Mm. It has to,
Yeah.
it does feel like it
It
has
has
to
to
be,
be a Nepo baby.
yeah, like some sort of like showbiz adjacent, right?
Yes.
Some, and again, it has to be BCD level, right? Because when you're coming for someone, and you're at that level, that means you've had enough charisma, you're good on social media, but you don't
What
have
about a
talent.
housewife?
Dude, that's literally what I was
A
thinking. That's
housewife.
literally what I was thinking.
Like a Lisa Rinna.
Lisa, okay, I was just like thinking of all the housewives, who do you think is the most out of pocket, but and yet continues to be beloved?
Favored Lisa Rinna.
Yes.
She is out of pocket. She'll say the crazy shit,
Yeah.
but she'll own it. I'm owning it. You know what I mean? Like so
Yeah. Yeah.
that type of personality, I think is real like a Nene Leaks.
Literally, that's what I was
A
thinking.
Nene
Nene.
Leaks, honey.
Yes.
That's exactly who I'm talking
I'm gonna
about.
say I
Yeah.
feel like Nene might be smarter than Lisa. Like
Mm.
Lisa, in terms of like that sort of out of pocketness.
Yeah.
Like you do have to have a specific kind of delulu and obliviousness.
Yeah.
that I think that she is, because of how long she's been rich, how long she's been like semi-famous. I mean, I'm been a fan since Days of Our Lives, babe. Like that
Sure,
hair,
sure.
I sold many a wig like that.
Yeah.
And so, because it was like the look
Uh-huh.
for every church lady of an era.
Mhm.
So I do actually think, so if you're out there, anybody knows has a connection to Lisa Rinna,
I think she could really be the one to like pop a bitch off
like let's advocate for her to become the next chairman of the
of the
DNC.
DNC. I love it. I'm sure she's dying to be that.
Maybe president. Maybe this bitch can be president.
I
Like
vote for Lisa
truly,
Rinna.
I absolutely vote for Lisa Rinna.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm writing her in actually.
That's Andy as the VP. Let's go. Like
LOL. That's so funny. All right, folks. Well, thanks for listening and screaming with us. I know it's hard out there, but take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and reach out to us. Let us know who you would think would be our like cult of personality warrior on our side.
yes, yes, absolutely.
Thanks. Bye.